Is this you on a walk? Or do you have a nice, enjoyable time? Hi everyone, it's Holly with Canine Heights Dog Training. I'm here to talk to you a little bit about permission-based training versus impulse control. And there's a difference between the two. Even as balanced trainers who believe in meaningful corrections and positive rewards, there is a difference in the approach that we take to our training. Now, with permission-based training, it is teaching the dog to look to the owner for anything that they need to do. Means even going in and out of the crate, going through doorways, eating food that's on the ground, whether it's their own food or food that's just left out. Permission to come up on furniture so that they're not just running and jumping onto people as they come in or sit on your couch. Not everybody wants a lap dog, and when they're about Nipsey size, it's really not appreciated. So changing your perspective from impulse-based and telling your dog don't down versus inviting them to come to you or to eat the food that's on the floor or go through the doorway. It really is for your dog's safety and for other people's safety around you. Now, you never know if your dog is going to be jumping on dear Aunt Sally and knocking them over. And so by making your dog's training more permission-based, them coming and offering attention to dear Aunt Sally will actually be in a gentle way versus the impulse base of jumping upon the person. So that's the difference between those two examples. Another example that I have a lot with Nisu, who is my service dog, is eating things that are on the floor. A lot of times when we drop something on the floor, we want to immediately tell our dog, leave it. And I still use that command sometimes. But what we want to change our thought process is to go from telling your dog to leave it whenever they encounter something new or novel that they want to just be impulsive towards and go after. We want to get them to engage and look to us for permission. Am I allowed to go after that? So when it comes to things dropped on the floor, I drop a lot of medication on the floor accidentally. It's not a good habit. I'm a klutz. But that would be really detrimental to Nissu's health if she just went for any food or anything that dropped on the floor. And so by what we've done is I've taught her anytime I put down her food, anytime something falls on the floor, she is supposed to wait and look to me, and I will tell her if she can have it or if she can't. And this really helps because now she's no longer going for my medication that's fallen on the floor. I have time to reach down and pick it up and remove the danger from her. And this is really important with foods that they can't have. Onions, grapes, things along those lines. So it really, really does help with that. Also, having your dog bolt out of the crate. We want to make a crate a fun place, and by engaging your dog and having them wait for your permission to come out of the crate, it really creates a better relationship between your dog and you, but also a relationship with the dog and the crate. It becomes a game on whether they can go in, come out, do the different things, versus as a punishment. We never want the crate to be a punishment. We want them to see it as a safe space. Lastly, we want to talk about just anything that your dog gets excited about. Now, if it's a squirrel, if it's another dog, anything like that, what we want to do is we want to change the perspective of your dog impulsively lunging or going for that, whether it's seeing that squirrel and wanting to chase it or seeing the other dog and wanting to approach. You want to have the dog look to you and have that reaction of, do I have permission to go say hi, versus pulling and us telling them to leave it. Now, this really helps us get ahead of the ball. Now, if our dogs do have those impulse control issues right now, it's going to take a different mindset. But what it is, it's the same solution, whether you have that impulsive dog right now or you want to prevent them from being impulsive. We really want to stop and get our dogs to engage with us and look to us for permission. Now, sometimes I do tell my dog, okay, it's okay, you can go. And other times I want her to focus on me. Now, telling them okay and that permission-based, that permission is the reward. And so if we just let them do things willy-nilly and act like the world is their toilet, whether you're walking on a walk and your dog wants to stop and sniff everywhere and pee everywhere, or if they want to, jump on the furniture or lunge at people or countersurf. You really want to get ahead of that. And so when you're on a walk, you want them to be engaging with you. You want them to be focusing on you. And then when you give them permission to stop and smell and go to the restroom, Nisu has a command. And I say it once, and that is it. I say it once, I wait for her to do it, and then we move on. If she doesn't do it, we go back inside, she goes on place or into the crate, and 5-10 minutes later we go outside to go to the bathroom again. But what you want to make sure is that you're giving permission, but you're not repeating that permission over and over. You want to say it once and make it meaningful. So I hope you enjoyed our video comparing the difference between impulse and permission for our dog training and our responses to our dog. Are you more of a permission-based handler, or do you respond to your dog's impulses? Let me know in the comments below, and if you have any other suggestions for training, let us know. Thank you. This is Canine Hike.